This head better be working now. If it's not, I'm going to be PO'd. Well, you know what? I guess I'll just sit here and see if people start tuning in. Well, there's one. Oh, I hope this is working. I don't know why it wouldn't have been working before, but maybe it wasn't. So, well, I'll just sit here and vamp and see what happens. So if you're just tuning in, I actually thought I was live streaming for the last 20 minutes, and apparently I wasn't. I got this new software because I wanted to try and do this and put a little more production value into it so I could play videos and do links to different websites and stuff. But somehow people must not have been notified that it was happening because nobody logged in and looked. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'm not sure if it's working now, though. I don't get it. So, well, and the problem is I can't play my videos anymore or show the links anymore because I don't have that program running. So I'm not sure what's happening. Why would nobody be watching? Well, I don't know. Well, what is this? I can't click on that. I don't know. Somehow it's not working. Somehow nobody knows this is going on. Oh, there we go. Now a couple more people have tuned in. Okay. Maybe it is working. Well, hello, the two people that just connected. I'm not sure who you are. We're up to 4. Okay, maybe it finally is working. Okay, let me just bring everybody up to speed here. So I've been sitting here rambling for 2 minutes because I wasn't sure this was working. I went live at 6 o'clock, like I said I was going to, using this new software so I could bring in videos and links to websites and do everything to bring up the production value of the show. Hello, Allison481. How are you? And somehow it wasn't working because I was sitting there for 16 minutes talking and doing everything I wanted to do, and nobody was watching. So somehow nobody got notified that I was live. So in about an hour's time, a video of me sitting there like an idiot talking for 16 minutes while nobody knows I'm even on is going to pop up on the channel. And then you're going to see me right now. So I guess I will just redo everything I was going to do. Except now I can't show you all the neat little videos I wanted to show you. I'm just going to have to talk. So I hope you're okay with that. Anyway, so let me go back. So I wanted to bring up the production value of the live stream because the first time I did it, I know the picture was grainy. The video quality wasn't very good. I'm not sure the audio quality was all that good. So I reorganized the office. I got myself a really big light to shine light on me so you can actually see me now, and set it up so hopefully I'll put on a better show for everybody here. So, and part of that was installing this software so I could bring up the show and I could bring in videos. There's an awesome intro video that I made that played, and I'd be able to go bring up my desktop so you could see websites and things. So if you had questions, I could show you things, but somehow that doesn't work because nobody knew I was online for 16 minutes. So forget that. We're just going to go back to talking. So first thing I wanted to bring up is if you're in the GTO circles, especially on Facebook, you probably heard this story last week about this kid in Illinois. And I call him a kid because he acted like one, who went 153 miles an hour and got arrested in his car. And what's amazing about that is he did it on a 2-lane road at 60-mile-an-hour speed limit. And he had 3 girls in the car that were ages 20, 15, and 12. Now, I don't have a problem with somebody going 153 miles an hour in their car if you do it in the right scenario, which is you're by yourself, you're on a 4-lane in the middle of nowhere, and if something goes wrong, the only person you're going to take out is you. I'm okay with that. But when you're putting minors in a car and going that fast, people who cannot make an informed decision about whether or not they should be taking this risk, that's wrong. You should never take that kind of a risk in your car for a thrill with somebody else in the car unless they're on board with taking that risk with you. So that was a bonehead move on his part, and I'm actually glad he got arrested. And the funny thing is, you can tell he's 22 because when the cop asked him why he was going so fast, he said, "I just got it out of the shop." So there's some intellect there. It's brilliant. So that you probably heard about. Next thing I wanted to talk about is that Ford, if you've probably heard this story by now, is going to stop selling cars in the U.S. except for the Mustang and a crossover version of the Focus that they're bringing over. Apparently, they're trying to save money, and they say this is going to save $5 billion by killing off the Taurus, the Fusion, the regular Focus, the Fiesta, all the cars they make. They're just going to stop making them. Most of them they're going to stop making next year, which I find to be really surprising because if all they're going to make is trucks, I don't understand how they're any different than Ram and Jeep. I mean, that's who they're directly competing with at that point. There's nobody else to be competing with. So it's going to open up the entire car market to GM, which I'm okay with, and all the other import manufacturers. And I'm not sure if that's going to pay off for them because you've probably noticed, just like I have, that gas has shot up to over $3 a gallon again. And I don't think it's going to stop anytime soon. So if you're going to only sell trucks, that could be a bad move. I'm not sure how well that's going to pan out for them. So we'll see what happens there. And other thing I wanted to do is I wanted to mention some of the Holden events that are going to be taking place this year, some that I'm going to be going to. And the big one is going to be, it's called Holden Run now. It used to be called Goat Run, and it took place in Vegas every year. But now the event organizers changed the name to Holden Run because he's going to start including the Chevy SS in it. I think the G8s were already welcome to come, and other people come anyway. But now it's going to be an all-encompassing Holden event. And I've never gone before, and I've been down here 2 years, so I'm actually excited to go check it out. It looks like it's going to be a really cool event. They're going to have car shows, drag racing at the Strip. They're going to do driving tours. In previous years, they've had a dyno day. They're going to have a loudest exhaust competition. Lots of cool events going on. It's a 3-day event. The host hotel, and I got to bring this up because now I'm live streaming and I can't bring up things like I used to, is going to be at, I think it's the Palisades. It's coming up right now. It's going to be, oh, come on, computer. Hotel, here we go. It's going to be at the Palace Station Hotel and Casino. There's a group rate set up. You can use the group code Holden Run if you want to go. It's going to take place Friday, October 12th, Saturday the 13th, and Sunday the 14th. I'm going to be going. I'm excited to go. It should be a really sweet event, and I wouldn't be surprised if there's over 100 different Holdens there, and that's always going to be a good time. So if you're looking for a cool event to go to later this year in the Southwest when it starts to cool down again, you'll see me there. I'm going, and there's going to be a big contingent from Phoenix going too. There's probably going to be at least a dozen of us driving up for it. Looks like it'll be a really cool event. The other one I want to mention for people is the one called Pontiac Adventures. That's the one that I used to do in Wisconsin with my best friend, Joe Morgan. He is going to be involved in it again. This is the 5th year they're doing it. And that's going to be taking place in Chula Vista, Wisconsin Dells, just like it's always taken place. And I'll get you the dates on that. Let's see. This is the problem when things don't work like they're supposed to. I'm going to be getting in touch with the people that made this software and asking them, why the heck can nobody see my stream? That one's going to be taking place October 5th through the 7th. So kind of at the end of the night of the year up in Wisconsin, but the weather should still be fairly nice. And the great thing about that event is the amazing driving roads in southwestern Wisconsin. I mean, I hosted driving tours when I would go to that event, and the roads are amazing. You wouldn't expect it in southwestern Wisconsin, but lots of hills and valleys and great scenery and lots of green, great places to drive around. It's almost like being in Ireland if Ireland had proper roads. So it's a really cool time. So if you're in the Midwest and you're looking for something to do toward the end of the year with your Holden, I would recommend that one for you. The other one is I was going to answer questions for people if they had questions for me. I was also going to see if people had parts that they were interested in getting for their cars. What I was going to do is bring up the websites of the of the parts so people could see what the things that they wanted to see. But I can't do that now, so I'll just have to tell you if you have questions about that. One thing I did want to bring up is I found out a few months ago, and I'm now bringing it up because I'm getting more interested in getting this for myself, is there's a company in Australia now that's making a replacement radio for the GTOs. It's a company called Dig Options, DIG Options. And they make a radio that's a direct replacement radio for the GTO. And what's cool about it is it runs an Android operating system. It's got a big screen on it, so you can do Android Auto and all that stuff, but it's supposed to be plug and play. So you're supposed to be able to just put it in. It works with the steering wheel controls. You don't have to get any special fancy adapters. It goes right into the dash. It fits perfectly. And it gives you a DVD player, and it's got Bluetooth built into it. It's got USB. I mean, all the stuff a normal radio would have, but it runs this Android operating system. You can have cameras attached to it. You can hook tire pressure monitoring system up to it. Here's the cool one. It says it's OBD2 ready. So this company also sells a Bluetooth little dongle that you plug into your OBD port under the dash. And then it takes all the engine data and it can send it to the radio. If you download the right app on this radio, you can then have engine information on your radio. And then you can, following that logic, you can put custom gauges on the radio. So instead of having to order a gauge pod and putting only a couple of gauges in it, or getting the A-pillar and putting gauges in it there, you can just have whatever gauges you want on the radio at any time. So that's a really cool idea because it gives you choices and options. And if you don't like a certain gauge, just change it out for another one, or don't have gauges at all, or have them when you want them. So it looks like a really cool option. They're charging $603 in Australia for it. And I looked up the currency conversion this afternoon. Today's currency conversion, it's $457 US. But then you have to ship it here too. And that's probably going to be about $100. So it's going to be a little on the high end, but for a plug and play system that you don't have to do anything to other than throw it in the car, that's pretty cool. It works with the factory speakers, the factory amp. You can put other amps on it if you want to go bigger. So it is a cool option you could have for your GTO. So GM is possibly doing the same thing as Ford. Are they? If they are, I guess I'll have to look at that and see what it is. I hadn't heard that. So I'll have to look and see what they're thinking. Boy, if they killed everything, what are they going to just do? Leave the car market to the imports? That would be weird. And it would be weird then to see Impalas and Cruises. And, well, I don't like the new Malibu. It's pretty ugly. But that would be weird. So anyway, if anybody's got any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Let's see. Last time I did this, I had a pretty good conversation going with some guys about different cars. I mean, I'll talk about anything. It doesn't matter to me. So if guys if you want to talk about anything or ask questions about anything, I'll do what I can to answer them for you. Pardon the water, by the way. It's unseasonably dry out here. The relative humidity right now is below 10% every single day. It's so bad. We just saw a story on the news today that they're shutting down huge chunks of the national pine forest up in the north because it's so dry. They're afraid that anything would just set them off, and then it would just be uncontrollable fires that they couldn't even begin to manage. So it's bad out here. Drinking lots and lots of water. So, well, let's see. Maybe I just picked a bad night to do this or something. I don't know. But I don't know. I guess I was expecting more people to be on tonight because I let everybody know this was happening. So, well, I guess if no one's watching, I guess I'll wrap it up and try this another night. I blame that software. Somehow nobody knew I was doing this initially, and now I'm 15 minutes late and can't do what I wanted to do. So now I kind of don't know what to do either. So I guess I'll figure out what went wrong with the software and try to do this again some other time. But I'd say in about an hour's time, you're going to see the part of the live stream where everything was automated and you could see it. There's nothing wrong with it. It works fine. It's just for some reason nobody knew it was on. So you can go back and watch that. It might be up now. So you can go check that out, and then you can see all these things that I've been talking about. So anyway, I'll figure out what's going on with the software. And sorry about that. I didn't want to sit there and keep testing it on and off, and people thinking I was starting a live stream and then stopping it. That wouldn't have been right. So I thought it was working, but apparently it's not working. So I don't know. I'll figure out what's going on with it and try this some other time. So thanks for those of you who tuned in, and sorry it didn't work out the way I was hoping it would work out, but I'll get it right. I just got to figure out what's going on with it, the software. So thanks for tuning in, and see you guys next time.